Jordan Peterson just faced 20 atheists, and when they asked him, "Are you Christian?" he folded. He built his argument using the Bible, then wouldn't claim the name that carries it. I'll show you why this wasn't just a dodge. It was a crack in his whole foundation. Put your thinkers on. This is random, but when I was 14, I remember watching this clip of Tupac, and the reporter asked him about death row.
And what can we expect from it?
You believe in God?
Certainly.
Believe in Death Row East. Believe in that, for real.
And you know, when watching that Jordan Peterson video, that's what came to mind. I would have thought Jordan Peterson would have had that same type of conviction behind his faith. But Peterson speaks with conviction. He quotes scriptures, talks divine order. But when asked, "Are you Christian?" he says, "It's private." That's not depth, that's hesitation. And when you're speaking on truth, hesitation speaks loud. I ain't gonna lie, this some crazy shit. Christianity, that's the most accepted religion on earth. It's the default. Jordan got nothing to lose claiming it. Me, I stand on truth. Only 1% even understand. And I still speak with my chest. So, what's his excuse? You got the whole world behind you and still scared to stand tall? Peterson shows up as the one voice supposedly standing on spiritual ground. But then that moment drops. I could be either. It's private. Within days, the title changes. Now, it reads Jordan Peterson versus 20 atheists. Word Christian disappeared. Millions of views, thousands of reactions, but one major question: why did he dodge it? Let's be real, right? YouTube does shadow limit or demonetize religious content. I've seen it firsthand, as you can imagine. You've seen it. Say Jesus in the first minute, put Christianity in the title, you risk the reach, you risk the bad. But here's the problem. Jordan Peterson don't need the bag. He's got best-selling books, Patreon, disciples, university speaking tours, daily wire paychecks. His platforms are beyond AdSense at this point. So if you've built your brand teaching, speak the truth and accept the consequences, but when it comes to naming your faith, you choose market safety over clarity. Now look, I understand a rebuttal. Somebody's gonna say, well, he was on another person's platform. But I mean, damn, you're Jordan Peterson. And if anything, they should have just taken the exposure. You sort of see that later after the title change. Once again, that's not strategy. That's performance. But this was his moment to stand firm. He started a full course theological meal. Logo, scriptures, order. When they asked him who taught him to cook, he says no comment. That's spiritual borrowing without ownership. It's like yelling from the stands, quoting all of the plays, wearing the jersey, but when someone asks, "What team are you on?" you say both or "I'm neutral." You're either on a team or you're not. It's that simple. Peterson speaks like a believer, debates like a philosopher, quotes like a theologian. But when asked, "Are you one of them?" he replies, "I could be either." What does that say about the strength of his message? It says the foundation he built is floating, not fixed. And this isn't just about Peterson, it's about how many of us mute truth for social media survival. How many of us soften spiritual language to stay algorithm safe. But if you claim to speak truth, then a risk is part of the calling. Let me flip this. That wasn't humility, that wasn't neutrality, that was a tactical silence dressed up as thoughtfulness. But when you're looked at as the voice of meaning, silent at the core is betrayal, not balance. This is where truth becomes expensive. And then now, truth wasn't vague. Tahuti spoke with specification. Mayat demanded you name what you walk with. The moment you speak about sacred things, you owe the world clarity. Not because you're perfect, but because truth has weight. Jordan Peterson could have said, yes, I stand on Christianity. Or no, I just admire the framework. But instead he said, I could be either. That's not clarity, that's cover. Let's land this. Words have power, but only when they're backed by truth. You can't quote scripture and call your position a secret. You can't speak on faith then refuse to stand beside it, because truth isn't neutral. It demands transparency. What does this mean? It means if you're serious about growth, wisdom, elevation, your words have to match your stance. No more spiritual sidestepping, no more hiding behind mystery when truth is needed. If you're ready to stop borrowing other people's systems and start building from your own root, pull up. The Discord is where the dialogue lives. Next video I will be dropping will be, wait, be patient. I made a post about it, and the poll, it looked good. Everybody was rocking with it. I didn't get any negative feedback. Y'all want it, I'm gonna give it to y'all. Be patient, but hey, the more active the engagement is on that post and whatnot, oh man, that's just gonna accelerate me, give me even more motivation to get that out to you guys. And that video in particular, I'm thinking it's gonna be at least over 30 minutes long. Y'all gonna love this one, but know what I say, don't be stuck and done forever. Let's learn and grow together. It's Hef.